Alright, so today we're going to do a little bit of ammo testing, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the 75 grain A Maxes to 75 grain boat tail hollow point match from Hornady. Now, to do this test, what I've done is I've shot both of these, and I've kind of developed a load that works, and basically it's the same powder load. The main difference between the two is the cull depth, because of obviously the AMAX is longer. And then just for shits and giggles, I tossed in a couple of my Hornady Full Metal Jacket 55 grain to test out the Savage Axis. Now, this is a realistic test. We're not shooting from a bench. Okay, we're shooting off the hood of my Jeep. We're using a Savage Axis, which is a very common hunting rifle. These are not hand-picked brass. It is just random. This one's Winchester. Some are Lake City. That's a Lake City. That's a PMC. Okay, that's an MKE. So this is what your average person is going to get. They're not going to be able to hand go through and only have Lapua brass, or they're not going to have whatever. So these were loaded over a Lee Turret press using a dish thrower, so not an electric thrower, nothing. Using a standard Savage Axis. The only modification to this, other than the paint, is the trigger has been, 2 coil springs have been taken off. And I'm using a Bushnell Banner 3x9. That's it. So, here in a second, way down there, you'll see the targets at 100 yards. And we'll do some shooting on them, see how they group, and then on top of that, we'll shoot some water jugs, see how the bullets perform. Okay, so the first thing up is going to be these 55 grain Full Metal Jackets. These are just plinking rounds. A lot of this is just curiosity on where they're going to hit, because it is zeroed for the 75s. These are Hornady. They're loaded over 4198. Very mild charge. We're also going to let a little bit of filing build up in the barrel using these before we actually use the 75s. Okay, so that was the 55 grain Full Metal Jackets. Again, they weren't really a load developed for them. Now, 75 grain AMAX. Now, I'm not going to let the barrel cool down or nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th one in. think I pulled that one. MKE brass. All right. So that was the AMAXs. Next, Hornady Boat Tail Hollow Point Match. 4 and 5. Now again, these are not quite loaded up for this gun. The load that I have, the pet load that I use for these, is a half a grain under max. These are an entire grain under max. And the difference is notable in about a ½ inch difference, just from that half a grain. But I have these loaded up because I wanted to let a couple other people shoot them. And because I don't know their rifle, I'm playing it on the safe side. So I'm coming out here to test them before I hand them over and let them try it. It's like right below the bullseye. Alright, now as you can see with the boat tail hollow points at 23 grains, this is as high as I'll go with these. The AMAX I actually push a little hotter. You'll see the difference in the primers on the AMAXs. I don't know why, but the boat tail hollow points give me a flatter primer at 23 grains, 4064, and the IMR 4064 with the AMAXs, I go to a ½ grain higher. So you just seen me shoot 3 groups of 5 off of a coat, hood of the Jeep, 100 yards. Oh wow, look at that. So AMAXs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 directly in the bullseye, 1 a little low. The boat tail hollow points, impact just a little low. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all 5 rounds and just a hair over an inch, because that's a 1-inch dot. Alright, so take my thumb and mark it as an inch. If I go from the far edge to the closest edge, we're literally sitting just over an inch. Now that's a 1 in 9 twist barrel. Now people will argue a 1 in 9 twist will not stabilize an AMAX or will not stabilize a boat tail hollow point because of the length of it and the grain weight. But as you can see here, no BS, that's what it ended up being. 1, 2, 3, 4. No wonder this guy had 140 yards the other day. Now the 55 grain, you'll see these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, we're still looking at, shoot, inch and a quarter or more, inch and a half from farthest extreme spread. That load is actually just something that's been pulled out of the air. I basically was loading some other 55 grains, and I decided just to load up some hollow points, and I was loading them, and I was like, well, these full metal jackets, I got a bunch of them, so I just started loading them, and I haven't done a load or nothing for them, and that's what I get out of a mid load of 41.98. So next, jug test.